Hello guys and welcome back to Donington Park here for the second race of the weekend, and not surprisingly for those of you who saw the main race, we are starting dead last on the grid yet again here at Donington, and that spell of rain there that we encountered in the main race really seemed to throw us off guard there and kind of messed up our race. And wouldn't you know it, just look at what we're facing here right off the bat in the sprint race, and we are starting dead last, mind you. This is not going to be an easy task if we are going to score any points here today. And getting off the line here, everybody just seems to stand still. We have to evade one car and crash into another that just seems to pull right in front of us there. We are into P18 here. Thankfully, no damage to the car, bumping wheels with someone in the first turn there. And how the heck are we going to be staying on track here? I mean, one thing is to drive in these conditions, but there is absolutely no visibility with all the splash coming up from the track there. Whoa, car on the left. Oh my God, this is gonna get ugly. And I'm kind of wondering whether or not just hanging back and let everybody else duke it out here for the first couple of laps wouldn't be the prudent way to go. But we're into P18 already here. We're gonna have cars coming from behind here, just hoping they don't get all too eager and start crashing into us and bump us off track or something stupid like that as we come into the right-hander here, running very wide indeed here. And Eric Ralfush, and I believe it was Alicia Samuels, pass us yet again there down the inside as we are back into P20 here. Whoa, car on the left again. Oh God, this is not gonna end well. Coming through the final turn here, I guess we should be thankful that we just managed to survive lap one here as we almost lose the backhand, ended up in the pits there. That would have been nice, wouldn't it? And yet again, everyone else seems to be pulling away. Skipping ahead to lap 3 here, we run wide into turn 1 and almost just have to nurse the car back on track there. If you hit the throttle too hard there on that patch of grass, you are almost certainly going to spin, and we do not want to do that because right now we only have a couple of seconds up to Alicia Samuels in P20, so by no means are we out of this yet, but obviously this is a monumental challenge here if we are going to be making any sort of positions here today. And skipping right ahead to lap 5 here, coming into turn 1. This time we do not understeer like we did 2 laps ago. This time we lose the back end almost, and I guess that's what's so difficult about these conditions here, because on one lap you can do a certain thing or take a certain corner at a certain speed in a certain way. On the very next lap, totally different story. You know, you end up off track just like I did here, again losing the front end, and if it's not the front end going off, then it's the back end. Very difficult to find out just how to approach this. Jumping ahead to lap 8 here, we've managed to pretty much close the gap on the rear end of the pack there once again, and it's not like anybody's running away with anything yet. Even though we've driven a very bad race so far, we're still within striking distance, or at least very close to striking distance, and if we could just stay a little more consistent than this, I don't see why we shouldn't be able to make up some positions here. Jumping right ahead to lap 5 here, I'm not sure what to make of these conditions, but if you look at our front right wheel, we are having a hard time keeping that particular tire warm enough, and we are really suffering in the turns in terms of understeer there. So we're trying to take it easy at this point here, do not want to spin off and lose any more time. Kind of hoping here that the rain is going to subside at some point and we're going to be coming into the pits and make the change. I still think it's a little bit too early there, but I'm not really sure how to read this cold right front tire.
Come on, this guy's just in our way. Big push now, let's fight our way
Jumping
past.
right ahead to lap 12 here again. We've managed to close the gap on the tail end of the pack here. And if we could just, I figure, stay close until hopefully the rain is going to subside at some point. We can make perhaps an early pit stop and switch to some dry tires. Maybe make up some time at that point. Just not at this point. It's all about not spinning off track and losing contact with the pack entirely.
Driver in front has pulled a 1 second lead. You're still right on him.
Jumping right ahead to lap 14 here, we are right on the rear wing of Eric Raufusch as conditions are definitely improving at this point. Alicia Samuels is within striking distance as well, so right now it's just going to be about staying close here. Sun is coming out. Hopefully the track is going to dry out. We're going to try and see if we can't go in and make an early change to the dry tires like I was talking about, and then maybe get a head start on the rest of the pack there. Jumping right ahead to lap 15, as you can see, the track is definitely drying up quickly here, and the rain is almost stopped here. Coming into the chicane, we're going to get a little frisky here, diving down the inside of Eric Raufusch there, trying to outbrake him. We managed to make the move stick, and we are up into P19 for the first time since the opening lap here.
You're reeling him in. This is great stuff. Line him up and squeeze past.
And jumping right ahead to lap 18 here, as I was talking about, we're going to be trying to see if we can't make up some places on the rest of the pack here, trying to cheat everyone with an early pit stop. We're going to be switching to the soft compound there, at least that's what I thought I was switching to. I'm not really sure whether or not I actually got that, but at the very least, we're out on slicks here on lap 18, and by the looks of it, nobody else has been into pit. Not really sure what to make at that timer there. There is no way we are 1 minute 40 behind Alicia Samuels. That would mean that she just lapped us somehow, and that did not happen. I'm absolutely certain of that. And things do not start well here. Almost running wide in turn 1. And jumping right ahead to lap 20 here, the track appears to be completely dry at this point. Nobody else has been in to make a pit stop though yet, and by the looks of it, we have the entire pack chasing us down from behind. By no means are we even catching the tail end of the pack there. Alicia Samuels is still over 35 seconds ahead of us. As a matter of fact, she's opening up a gap right now, and she is still out on the wet compound. So I'm not really sure what to make of that, whether or not that is a bug, or whether or not I'm just not reading the conditions right here. It seems that we have fine grip on the slicks, but how the heck can everyone else stay that fast on the rain tires? I'm not sure. Jumping ahead to lap 24 here, we still managed to improve on our lap times lap by lap here, but by no means are we catching anyone, and by the looks of it, it appears that Alicia Samuels has finally been in to make her pit stop, so I would assume that the rest of the pack have done so as well, but we are still dead last here, and there's no hope of us improving that at this point. So anyway, Thomas Sakura ends up taking the win here in the sprint race. Mark Cousins is in second, and Jean-Baptiste Segaud ends up rounding off the podium in third. And Daniel Clayton, our teammate, at the very least scores 4 points there, ending a complete travesty of a race weekend here at Donington Park for us. Boy, am I not going to miss this track here. I usually enjoy driving Donington. It's a nice track and everything like that, but with the weather conditions that we had here during this weekend, finishing out the end of the sprint race there, it was just a bit of a nightmare, really. When it became evident that there was no chance that we were going to be scoring any points there, it was just basically a question of just getting this weekend over with. Anyway, I hope everybody is going to be joining us for the 7th and final race weekend here of the Formula B season here at Laguna Seca, and I hope I'm going to be able to get both of those races online here during the next week or so. Anyway, we are still leading the championship race here ahead of Christopher Gonzalez Diaz and Jose Vasquez. At any rate, guys, if you did enjoy this, please don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to this channel for more Project Cars action, and I'll be back soon enough. Bye-bye.